Welcome to this induction session. This is your first time registering with Integrity Academy. I would like to just welcome you and thank you for choosing to do your qualification through Integrity Academy. If this is the first time you're registering with us, then a lot of this information will be new to you. But if you have done other courses through us previously, some of this you will already know. The first thing you will need to do is log in on your user profile. If you have not got a profile yet, you can create one. But since you are watching this video, I would assume that you do already have a user profile on our system. Once you log in on your profile, you will see that the 4 new buttons are added to the top menu bar on the website, namely My Grades, My Details, My Courses, and My Dashboard. The My Details page is the first page you will want to take a look at. On this page, you can edit your profile. You will need to do this in order to complete any additional profile fields that are required by the system for you to be completed. Institutions like the INCITA and QCTO require us to capture a lot of additional information, and for this reason there will be profile fields such as your ID number, ID book, and matric certificate that will need to be uploaded to the system. We also ask you whether you give us permission to share your information with your compliance officer, manager, or training department. It is obviously your choice whether you want this information to be shared, but in most cases this helps, and especially if a company has paid for your training, it helps the manager to track your progress as well. Next, if we look at the My Dashboard button, it will open a screen where you'll see My Courses, Certificates, Grades, My Details, and My Orders. So next we will be looking at the My Courses page. Under the My Courses page, you will see that there are a few free courses that have already been added to your profile, namely the free income tax, test your knowledge, 10 essential soft skills, how to use a financial calculator, and then a free RE1 and 5 mock exam. The financial calculator workshop, if you open that one, you will find that it contains an executable file which you can install the HP 10B2 Plus calculator onto your Windows computer, which you can then also use as part while doing your qualification. Next, you will want to click on the course button that you are wanting to access. For the purpose of this demonstration, we are using the National Certificate in Wealth Management, and we are going to be going into Skills Program 1. But please note that all of our qualifications work in a similar manner, and what I show you in this presentation can be applied to all the other qualifications as well. If this is the first time you've registered for a course, you will be met with a policy that pops onto your screen. You will need to read through this policy, and once you have read through it and understand the content of it, you can accept it by saying, I agree to the POP. Once you have done this, it will open your course page. The first thing you will see on the course page is a list of recommended textbooks. We have provided quite a lot of resources for you in the course, so these textbooks are recommended. They will certainly help you while completing the course, but if you have financial constraints and you're unable to purchase these textbooks, You will, however, still be able to finish the qualification without them. Next, you can click on the link to the introduction, to the course introduction. That will bring up a page where you can download a PDF copy of this presentation that I'm showing you on screen. You'll also be able to access a link where you can watch this video again. You will also then note that at the bottom of this welcome page, there is an important notice. What we ask is that you please accept that notice by ticking it. This just states that you have gone through the induction guide or you have watched the induction video to completion. Once you tick that notice, it's going to bring up an additional notice that you need to read through. This notice states that we do give you a lot of resources on the slideshows, or in some cases, the study guides. But we ask that you do not verbatim copy from the slides or other resources, as this will be seen as plagiarism. Obviously, in the case of something like legislation, where you aren't allowed to change legislation, a verbatim copy will be allowed and will not be seen as plagiarism, as you are not allowed to rewrite the law just so that it's not plagiarism. Remember, education is kindling of a flame, not filling of a vessel. If you want the most out of this qualification, I would recommend that you take this approach and do not simply aim at getting a certificate on the wall, but aim at improving your knowledge and your skills, which will in turn aid you in life and help you to be more productive in your job and generate an even better income. Directly underneath the welcome, there is a section called exam guidelines. Under the exam guidelines, you will be able to download a PDF copy of the exam guidelines. Please note that the exams are based on your completed workbook. We will not ask anything outside the scope of the workbook. And as such, the exam guidelines are exactly that. They are only guidelines. We only give a very basic overview of what type of questions could be asked in the exam, and we do not give any content-related tips as to what will be in the exam in these guidelines. So they are literally just an overview. Next, you will notice that there are many resources listed on your course page. We provide you with either slideshows or study guides, depending on which qualification you are busy with, as well as a digital workbook. If you download one of the slideshows and open them, you will typically see this type of screen where we explain to you what this specific qualification is about, and we just again state to you that you're not allowed to copy verbatim from the slides. We also go through a brief overview of the purpose of this unit standard, and then explain what a fundamental unit standard is, a core unit standard, and an elective unit standard. So as said previously, if you've downloaded your PowerPoint presentation, in this example, it's the Financial Advisor and Intermediary Services Act, the phase unit 242594. On there, you'll have your introduction slide, after which you will have your specific outcome. In this case, it's specific outcome 1. You will then notice that the question, that the format of the slides is very similar to the digital workbook that you need to complete. It also will have a specific outcome 1, followed by AC1, and then activity 1. And as can be seen on this presentation, that we've marked the amount of marks for activity 1 in yellow, which is 5 marks. We have also, to give you an idea of how to collect information from these slides, highlighted some key points in this slide in yellow. You will notice that it's not the entire paragraph, but only sections from this paragraph that have been highlighted. As you then go through the slides, you'll be able to get all the information you're needing in order to complete your digital workbook, which is this workbook. The workbook is in a digital PDF fillable format, so you can type your answers directly into it. Please note that, as you can see on this one again, activity 1 counts for 5 marks, which means we only want 5 points. We do not want a 10-page essay. We do not need an immense amount of information. It's only 5 marks. So please always look at the mark allocation on the question and answer accordingly. Once you have completed your workbook, you can go to your assignments page. On your assignments page, you will see a list of all the assignments or workbooks that you are needing to submit. In this case, we've got phase, ticker, disclosure regulations, economic principles, financial life cycle, needs and wants, and risk assessment. You'll also see that there is a due date for each of these assignments. This due date will be based on your registration date, and you are required to complete your assignment and submit it by that due date. Once you have submitted an assignment, it will show as submitted for grading on the system. This will then be sent to the assessors. In this case, you can see the grading status is not marked, but we will then, from our side, send it to an assessor who will digitally mark the workbook and then upload the results back onto the system. So on this slide, you can see that this workbook has been marked by the assessor, and the grading status now shows as released, which means a grade has been obtained. In this case, it is 70.48%, which makes this a competent rating. Sorry, you will also notice that under the feedback, there's an annotated PDF. So this is a marked copy of your workbook, which you can download and then review again to see where you could have lost marks. You'll also notice that on the sidebar, we've given a course tracking block just to help you show the progress as you move through the course. In this case, since one activity has now been completed, it shows as 1 of 7 that has been completed. You will also be able to go to the custom certificates link, and from there you'll be able to download a progress report. So this progress report is basically your grade report, which shows the grades you've obtained to that up to that point in the course. In this case, since only the phase unit has been marked, that grade will show, and the rest are all still marked as blank. Again, on the sidebar, you will see that the one block has now been ticked green under the completion progress. You'll also see a list of recent activities in the course listed there. On the sidebar as well, you will also get a list of your courses. So any other courses you are registered for can easily be accessed from these links. Next, we're going to just look at the section view on this menu item. From the section view, you can jump to a specific section, such as phase or figure or disclosure. The choice is yours, which one you're needing to complete next. For instance, on the page, you will also notice that this the phase book that I showed you earlier that has been now submitted shows as submitted together with the date on which the submission took place. The figure, for instance, on this one shows that it is not yet submitted. So this book will still need to be submitted. So you can also, from this page, access, by clicking the figure link, access the upload screen where you can submit your assignment. And that is it. Once you have completed all your workbooks, you will be ready to register for your exam. The registration for the exam, I will now demonstrate to you together with a quick overview of the system again in a live presentation, just so that you can see how the system works in real life. And once you have completed all of this, you will get this message to say, well done in completing your skills program. We will then send the information to INSETA for verification, which once it is signed off, and once you have completed all the skills programs in the qualification, we will be able to finalize it and send it to them for certification. You will also then at that point be able to download a statement of results from your course page, which gives you a report stating the amount of credits you have now earned on this qualification. Please note though that this statement is a non-official one, as the official statement is issued by INSETA themselves. If you get this warning, but on the other hand, it means that you have not adhered to the timelines that we've set out for you, and you've gone over your 6-month period, in which case you will need to contact us in order to have your skills program either reset or reopened. And unfortunately, this could mean that there will be penalty fees payable. And congratulations, once you've gone through all of this, you will complete your skills program and will be ready to start with the next one. So now we're going to quickly move to a live presentation. So as this explained earlier, if you are on the home page, you can either go to your My Dashboard or to the My Courses. If you go to My Dashboard, you can access the My Courses page from there, or you can just go directly to My Courses. The choice is yours. If we now go to My Courses, you will see this particular learner has been enrolled for other courses previously. And then you'll also see the free courses as I showed earlier. You'll notice that the block highlights as soon as you hover over it, which means you can then simply click on it to open that specific course. Now on this page, you will see here's the link for the progress report, as well as the statement of results. The statement of results, as explained earlier, is only accessible once you have completed the entire skills program. So until that time, you will not be able to download it. So if we click now on Induction and scroll down, you will see the link for the induction guide, the link for the induction video, which you are now watching, as well as the statement that you agree that you have taken a look at the induction. So once you agree to that, it's going to refresh and add a new statement to it, which is the plagiarism statement I showed you earlier. You can then tick that, at which point it will then activate all the rest of the links for you. If you can also, at the bottom of the screen, navigate to the next section. In this case, if I click on next section, it will go to the exam guidelines. As shown earlier, the exam guidelines can be downloaded from this page. You will also see here's an additional link. This is the SP1 summative exam booking. For the purpose of this demonstration, this link is active, but generally this link will be hidden until you have received a passing grade on all the workbooks that you need to complete. Once you have received a passing grade in all the workbooks you need to complete, it will allow you to access this link to book your exam. So let's assume you have now completed all your workbooks and you are ready to write the exam. What you can simply do is click on this summative exam link, which will give you a list of dates which you can book for your exam. You can only book one slot at a time. It will not allow you to book an additional slot. What you will just need to remember is, please also indicate in the booking where you are located. Let us say, for instance, I want to book this slot for the 5th of May. You can simply click book slot, which will then ask you to enter your message. In the message, you can simply include which area you live in. In my case, it is Pretoria. You can then say confirm booking. This will send an email to the exam administrator, in this case, Shimane, and it will also send you an email confirming that your exam booking has been sent through. If you need to edit this booking, you can by clicking edit booking, in which case you can then add any additional information that you wish to add. You can also, on this page, cancel a booking. So if you've made a booking and you've realized that you are not going to be able to make it on that day, or something urgent has come up, you can cancel the booking. But please note, the system will only allow you to cancel booking up to 4 days before the actual date. Once it is less than 4 days, you will need to contact our offices, and unfortunately, again, there may be penalty fees required in order to cancel a booking, as we would have had to undergo costs in order to get that exam booked for you by that time. So let's say in this case, I decide I want to cancel this booking. I can click cancel booking. This will again send you an email stating that your booking has been cancelled, as well as the exam administrator informing them that you have decided to cancel your booking. You can then simply go, select a new exam date and click book slot. This will then create a new exam booking for you. Okay, so now that we've gone through that, let's go take a look at the assignments themselves. So from this top menu, it gives you, as shown previously in the presentation, a menu that allows you to jump to a specific section in the course. For instance, phase, which will show you the phase links and the resources. In this case, the phase book has not yet been submitted, and the due date is 7th of June. As stated earlier, The due date will be based on your registration date and will differ from each person. You can also access it via the assignments link, which conveniently groups all the assignment links on one page for you. The same goes for the resources, which gives you a list of all the resources. So, for instance, just to demonstrate to you, if I had to download the phase workbook, it downloads to your computer, which you can then open. Please note, as can be seen here now, it automatically opened the phase workbook in Google Chrome. We ask, please, that you do not edit the books in Google Chrome or in any other browser. We have found that the best tool to use, as stated under our induction section, is the latest version of Adobe Reader. So if you've downloaded your workbook, please open it in Adobe Reader. So let me go again to a workbook. Resources. So let's, for instance, download the thicker workbook. In this case, you can just select that you want to open in Adobe Reader, which is what we are choosing now. Okay, why is my Adobe Reader not open? Ah, there we go. So once the workbook has been opened in Adobe Reader, you will be able to complete the workbook. You will note there's a marking grid in the book. Your grades will be indicated on this marking grid by the assessor. There is also normally on between page 6 and 9, there's an assessment decision document. This page needs to be signed. So this is the only page in the workbook which you can print out and then sign and then scan and upload that signed copy when you submit your assignment. Without this document, your assignment will not be marked. INCITA requires us to have this document, so we cannot proceed with marking your book until this is signed. If I scroll down a bit in the book, you will see the blocks that you can then type in your answers, and here you can type whichever answer you are needing to enter. Once you've entered the answers, you can say File, Save As, and then you can save this document. If I choose the downloads location for where it is currently saved, I'll be able to save it and simply save it over the previous file. What I would recommend, however, is that you create yourself a folder system where you neatly organize all your documents in order to make it easier for you to find them. Once you have now fully completed your workbook, you can go to the assignments page. In this case, we were looking at Picker. So if I click on the link for Picker, it will give me the page where I can add a submission. So I would click Add Submission. I would then have to go to my my folder where I've saved all the documents. In this case, my downloads folder. So let me just quickly get my downloads folder here. And then there's our saved document. This document you can simply drag and drop onto the system, which will add it to your course. You can then say Save Changes. You will note though that this document now shows as draft, not submitted. This means that you can still edit the submission or remove the submission. Please note that simply uploading your book to the system does not mean your assignment has been submitted. It merely means you've uploaded. In order for your assignment to be submitted, you have to click Submit Assignment. Once you've clicked Submit Assignment, you again have a declaration which you have to accept, stating that this is authentic work and that you have not plagiarized. You can accept that and then click Continue. Now you will see this book has been submitted for grading, which means it will be sent to our assessors, and once that has been marked, you will be able to get your grade as well as a marked version of this book on the page. I hope this introductory session has helped you and that you've got a better understanding now of how the system works. So good luck, enjoy the completing the qualification, and please remember, we are here to help you. Do not get stuck on a unit or on a question for months on end. If you do not know how to answer something, please contact us. We are here, we are willing to help you, and we are ready to help you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.